Greetings and welcome to another episode of whatever this is that you and I do here. Do you know that there's a part of Guyana called Ankoko Island? If you don't, I don't blame you. Ankoko Island is an area of approximately 6 square miles located between the internationally recognized border between Guyana and Venezuela and is the subject of a decades-long dispute. According to historical records and maps drawn by British and Venezuelan boundary commissioners, after an arbitration settled our border with Venezuela in 1899, the island of Ankoko was divided into 2 parts with a line running from north to south. The eastern half of approximately 3 square miles forms part of Guyana's territory, and the western half is Venezuela'S. Now, if you go and ask anyone in the streets of Georgetown what they know about the border controversy between Guyana and Venezuela, the likely answer you would get is not a blade of grass, or we ain't giving up the mountain, or kiskidi. Little do most Guyanese know, we've already given up half of Ankoko Island due to our inability to defend the territory. And you know how we like to say Guyana is 83,000 square miles? Without the 3 square miles of Ankoko, the reality is 82,997 square miles. Unless we could take back our half of Ankoko. Politicians don't like to talk about this because it demonstrates how weak they are. Stay tuned after the intro to learn more about Ankoko Island.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you go, what?
Before we get started, I just want to take a quick moment to recognize all you good people who are watching from overseas. According to the data, close to 50% of viewers are watching from overseas. Comment and let me know where you're watching from. Now, back to the video. Ankoko Island has been the subject of a territorial dispute between Guyana and Venezuela for 56 years, since October 1966. You see, 67 years after the arbitral award of 1899 that settled the border between Guyana and Venezuela, they catch something called a Jambi and claimed that they were cheated during the arbitration and that the entire Essequibo belongs to them. A mixed commission comprising of parties from both sides, along with the United Kingdom, was established to settle the controversy. This was known as the Geneva Agreement and provided that no new claim or enlargement of any existing claim to territorial sovereignty in Guyana or Venezuelan territories shall be asserted while the agreement is in force, nor shall any claim whatsoever be asserted otherwise than in the mixed commission while that commission is in being. In other words, the 1899 arbitral award was to remain in force, while the mixed commission hears why Venezuela thought they were cheated. Despite this, in a defiant act of aggression towards Guyana, Venezuela marched armed soldiers and civilians onto the Guyana side of Ankoko Island and never left. Till daylight today, they're still illegally occupying our side of the island. They have a military base, flag planted, and an airstrip in Guyana's territory. So, the next time you repeat this mantra of not a blade of grass, know that Venezuela is already sitting on 3 square miles of Guyana's grass. And I'm sure there are 1 or 2 kiskidis and blue sakis out there too. Y'all make Dave Martin sell y'all dreams. Now, the territorial dispute on Ankoko Island is different from the border controversy and should not be confused. I hear people saying Guyana does not have a border dispute with Venezuela, and we in fact have a border controversy. This is inaccurate. The border controversy is over the Essequibo, which Venezuela is laying claim to. But as small as the Ankoko Island territory is, it was invaded by Venezuela and is being occupied by them. That is a border dispute. In other words, we have a border dispute and a border controversy with Venezuela. Despite this, the government of Guyana is allowing Venezuelans to walk freely into Guyana without any regulatory checks. I would bet my last dollar that Venezuela is sending state agents into Guyana. I understand that there's a humanitarian crisis in Venezuela and we should accept Venezuelans with open arms, but not without checks and balances. Our Foreign Affairs Ministry should have an immigrant integration program and work closely with Customs and the Coast Guard to make sure we know who are coming, where they're coming from, and where they're staying while in Guyana. Each Venezuelan living in Guyana should be documented. So the next time you see your president, ask him what is the government's policy on the border with Venezuela, and if he knows about the Venezuelan sleeper agents who are here waiting on instructions. Yo, my name is Mudwata. Boom out!
Hold up.